What is going on, everyone? Phil here. It is time for the Daily Wrap. It is Friday, the 21st of October, 2022. Oh, what a beautiful day it was. Because number one, the fall weather finally hit here in Washington State. It is cool. It is nice. I was able to have the window open the entirety of the day. In fact, it was so cool tonight, I had the window closed for the late stream, and I had a blast. I love when the weather is gamer weather, and right now it is. What did we do today? Wow, what didn't we do? We had the longest episode of the Level 1 podcast ever because we had so much to talk about, including, yes, the chargeback drama from the last few days. And, of course, there was an insane rallying of support from the viewers and fans to help negate that, which was very much appreciated. We talked about game news. We talked about my day off. We talked about the games coming up, including Gotham Knights now finally getting some review scores. We talked about all kinds of stuff. Silent Hill, the new Resident Evil games coming out. It was a crazy podcast that just went on and on and on. And ladies and gentlemen, we hit another new record of members, over 1,000 members on DSPGaming as of today. Now, I don't know how long that'll last. I'm sure there's some member bombs that are going to expire soon. But 1,031 members is our record on the channel, which is absolutely amazing. This is stupendous growth. It's going to help a lot. I hope anyone who got a gifted membership will enjoy it. And be sure to thank Team Ico Gamer, who gifted a ridiculous amount of them today. Okay? Then we started up with Gotham Knights. And a lot of people all day kept asking me, what are my opinion on the game? I'll give it to you in a nutshell, all right? The game's not amazingly great, blowing me away. At the same time, I don't think the game is god-awful either. It's got some interesting elements. The story is good, in my opinion, so far. I like the fact that there's 4 protagonists that all have different personalities that you can switch between and play slightly differently. The graphics aren't bad, except the frame rate, which has issues. Whenever you get on the vehicle, the bat cycle, oh, that frame rate dips dramatically, and it's actually kind of hard to keep track of what's going on at high speeds because the frame rate keeps dipping so much. There were a few fights that I was doing where the frame rate dipped as well, which is very annoying. Obviously, that's not ideal. At the same time, the combat wasn't really hindered that much by it. It was mostly the vehicle, gameplay. So, kind of sad. We're on a current-gen console, and the game is chugging along. It was even funny because we were going through the city, and I'm like, wow, there's no one around. Like, you can't even see criminals till you get to one of the random crimes. There's no one around. And I think the reason is because the game engine just can't handle it. They tried, and maybe it was just chugging, and it was dropping frames, and it was crashing. And they said, well, I guess we got to take all the population out of the city because it's the only way we're going to get the game to run. That's sad. It really is. I think the game could have been a lot better if it looked vibrant and robust and had a lot going on in it. And instead, it just feels kind of dead and empty. But, I only played 2.5, 3 hours. I've played so far with Nightwing and Red Hood, and I just started to play with Batgirl, and then I ran out of time. So for my first session, I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it. I want to play more for sure. I'm excited because I've decided I am playing it tomorrow as well to get another dose of it, okay? And support on the stream, as I already told you, was absolutely amazing. The late stream tonight was the season finale of Friday Night Fights, and what that means is, for now, I'm done playing classic fighting games because I need to take that time once a week to now play the new games that I'm playing. I'm already juggling 2 new games right now. Next week, I got another 2 new games. Yes, the week after that, there's another 2 new games. So with 6 games within a half month, I absolutely need these night streams. So this was basically the last hurrah. Luckily, we did manage to get some matches in. Actually, I did a final set against a guy who kept hitting Akuma, which was challenging, but I did pretty well. It was a pretty good set, although admittedly, there was a lot of dead time. We couldn't get matches consistently. It definitely is the time to retire the Capcom Fighting Collection. The game basically is dead in the water at this point. After only 3.5 months, no one's playing this thing, which is very sad, but it's just reality, okay? So, we had a great time, and again, there was lots of support. Thank you to anyone who has watched me play classic fighting games over the last 5+ years. It all started with Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Switch. Then it carried over to the 30th Anniversary Collection. And now, of course, the Capcom Fighting Collection. It is currently on hiatus. Will it ever return? Possibly. When I finish up with a crazy amount of new releases coming out, yes, maybe I will bring back Friday Night Fights. And we'll try playing some classics again in various different forms. But undoubtedly, when Street Fighter 6 comes out, or perhaps there'll be more betas coming out, that's when you're going to likely see me jumping into fighting games next. And I'm excited. I liked that Street Fighter 6 closed beta earlier this month. I cannot wait to play it again, whenever that may be. So, an outstanding streaming day. 2 great streams. Got a first dose of Gotham Knights. A really fun, the longest podcast ever. Insane amounts of support. Thank you all so very, very, very much. Tomorrow will be more Gotham Knights. And tomorrow night, we're playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is exciting because we didn't get to play it last week. It updated. It's got new content in it, for essentially what they're considering the fall update season. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow and we'll see what's in there and we'll go from there. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the AM. Peace out.